Well, the new Star Wars teaser trailer is out, and we need answers. Who are Rey's parents? How is she connected? How does she have the Force, you know? Is she a Solo? Is she a Skywalker? Is she a Kenobi? Is she an other? Lloyd, what do you reckon?
I think she's going to be the future super Jedi that is going to turn the tide.
Like, is Luke her dad? Because that's a heavily speculated thing.
I have no idea.
I think he has a monk-like Jedi attitude and that he's not going to be her dad. I'm saying it may be a Kenobi, but my money is really on her being a Solo, like being hidden from Han and Ben, you know, making them brother and sister, which has been my theory all along, but it's so easy for it to be another, you know? For anyone to be a parent. It's the big question I really want answered, and if it mirrors episode 5, beautiful, because we want that I am your father type moment. It doesn't have to be that line, but I want it in there. I feel like Chewie is going to have to team up with Poe Dameron to fly the Millennium Falcon, you know, filling the shoes of Han Solo. What do you reckon?
Yeah, I think Oscar Isaacs is an extremely charismatic actor, and I think he'll be a very fitting Han Solo replacement. And he'd pair up very well with Chewie, definitely.
Do you think they're going to rebuild the Death Star?
I hope not. I think that was one of the worst mechanics of episode 7. Was it 7? Force Awakens? Yeah. I think that I like Force Awakens, but one of the things I didn't like about it was the whole Death Star thing, and we're retreading the first one so much, and it's just bigger and better, you know. It's got cuttlefish DNA. Just to get on that bigger thing of the Jurassic Park series, Jurassic World, sorry. And yeah, I'm just hoping we just get a really, you know, different type of enemy that they have to engage.
Absolutely, and I'm sick of Death Stars. Let's bury Death Stars. Luke seems reluctant to train Rey in this teaser trailer. You know, what if he is trapped on that island? You know, maybe he's become Force weak. Maybe the Force isn't so strong with Luke anymore. Rey might be able to stand at that water in that, you know, part the sea and kind of pull up an X-Wing or a ship like the way Luke did in the Dagobah Swamp and prove some point about her connection with the Force. I feel like he's going to have to be won over by her. What do you reckon?
Yeah, like there's obviously going to be like almost how much Yoda was resistant to training Luke himself. They're obviously going to retread that type of back and forth sequence. And, you know, don't be surprised to see if we see a lot of the tone of Empire Strikes Back within the Last Jedi.
I'm worried that we're going to see the ghost of Yoda appear and talk to Luke, or in his dream or something, and say, "Train her, you must." Look, Snoke for me has always been a mystery, obviously. I don't think he's going to make it through episode 8. I think we're going to get Snoke, we're going to see him in person. He's got to finish training Kylo Ren. Then I think Kylo Ren's going to feel like he's the master, and he's going to either kill Snoke, or Benicio del Toro's character is going to kill Snoke. Certainly they're going to fight. The evil leaders fight, and, you know, this leaves room for a new Sith student, and maybe he can try and tempt Rey over to the dark side, which I think is something they need to do.
I hope Snoke, in actuality, like if we do see him physically, that he's a much better design than what we briefly saw in episode 7. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if he's like the counter to Yoda. He's actually a very small guy. And then the projection of him is projected as this giant of a man, but he's actually really this small guy that embodies the dark essence of the Force. But I just hope he's a much better design than what we saw. I don't think Snoke was a good looking villain at all.
I feel like Poe Dameron, you mentioned how charismatic he is. He and Rey, they're the Han and Leia of this film. I feel like they have to meet, and we have to see if there's a romance between them. Do you think there will be, or do you think there's another? Does she need a romantic interest?
I don't think she needs a romantic interest at all. Like, they sort of kind of pushed that a little bit with Finn, but I think they're more brother and sister, and I sort of like that direction. I don't think, like most of the Jedis, apart from Darth Vader, Anakin, they didn't have a relationship, you know, and it would be interesting if she went more that monastic sort of lifestyle.
Will Luke Skywalker die?
I have no idea. I wouldn't be surprised if he did. If he does die, I want it in a blaze of glory, Dave. I want a Wild Bunch climax here. I don't want him to go down like he just, you know, like how Alec Guinness just sort of gave up and then Darth Vader struck him and he disappeared. I don't want that death. I want 20 Sith Lords fighting him and he goes down in a blaze of glory.
I think it's too predictable that Luke Skywalker die here. I actually think he won't die. I think if I'm going to put money on somebody dying, I'm going to say General Hux, Domhnall Gleeson's character. Kylo will kill him.
I actually like Domhnall Gleeson's character. I think he's really, really cool.
Yeah, but I mean, he and Kylo Ren obviously have this back and forth that just makes me think the two can't coexist. In the poster, it's really interesting. Rey's standing there with a lightsaber, and the start of her lightsaber is blue, and then the top of the lightsaber is red, and it sort of implies that the two forces are going to collide, maybe join, maybe she's going to combine straddle the worlds of Sith and Jedi. Are there going to be Jedis after this? The Last Jedi? That's the question.
Wouldn't it be the worst revelation if there were brother and sister?
Who?
Kylo Ren and her.
I mean, I think it's possible. I really do.
I would hate that. I would probably get up and just walk out of the movie theater. I don't think Rian Johnson will go down that route. I think he's too smart, too good of a director to do that. He'll be like, if the producers try to slap that on him, he's like, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing that. No, that's stupid. You're just retreading the original,
I think it'd be more retreading the original if you have Poe Dameron romantically linked to Rey and then their brother and sister. But only time will tell. December is just around the corner. Leave us some comments in the comments field, and we'll keep discussing this all the way to December.
Thanks for watching. If you like what you see, please hit the subscribe button. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. Check out our podcast at www.podmeifyoucan.com.